One of the harshest truths I had to realize later on in life is that no one is coming to save you. My friend, the best thing you can do for yourself is actually wake up and save yourself. So I'm going to be sharing more on this and the whole victim savior mentality that I think a lot of people have, and you, if you're watching, you might be struggling with right now. So I'm hoping that whatever insights I share in this video can help you have a different perspective on why it's important to wake up and actually become your own hero. Okay. So hi, my name is Eva. I'm an intuitive healer. I work with two modalities, one which is called soul realignment, and the other one is called quantum flow. So I'm going to be sharing more on how these two beautiful modalities can be perfect tools for you to add to your healing kit. They will help accelerate your growth, accelerate your healing, accelerate the release of all those traumatic emotional blocks, limiting beliefs that you've been holding or keeping you stuck for such a long time. So if you're curious about these two beautiful modalities, make sure you watch until the end of this video. I'm going to be presenting what they are and how they can actually help you accelerate your own growth and transformation. Okay. So my lesson for the week, I love starting my videos by sharing my lesson for the week. I don't know if you guys have noticed how it's like the whole world is going through a karmic purge, in my perspective. Like we're seeing so many repeating patterns. I'm only going to speak about my corner of the world because I'm seeing like what we're experiencing in the country that I reside in is that old patterns are starting to reemerge. Things that we experienced years before, decades ago, whatever it is, like they're emerging again. And my perspective is that it's kind of like we're getting a huge testing on, are you gonna still make the same mistakes from the past? Or have you actually learned your lesson? And this ties so much to what we experience in our own lives, right? When you're finding yourself going through repeating patterns, attracting the same kind of people, I'll speak about relationship because I think most people can relate to that. When you find yourself attracting the same kind of partner over and over again with they look different and all of that, but the same energetic, the same characteristics, the same qualities of how they treat you or how the kind of relationship you're creating with each other, it's always the same. You ever found yourself in that? And most people are like, am I the one who's jinxed? Like, why do I keep on attracting this kind of people? And my message to you is that, and I'm probably going to do a video on this just to do a deep dive on this, but for now, my advice to you will be that if you're seeing those patterns, it's always I want to say test because test is the best thing that you can relate to. It's always a test from the universe because everything that you attract, every kind of person you attract in your experience is meant to help you grow and evolve. So if you're attracting the same kind of person, it probably means that whatever lesson you were meant to learn from the other person, you didn't learn it from that person. So now you're attracting the same person in a different body in an attempt to make you grow and evolve. The ones who are aware are able to tap out of those patterns. But for most people, because they have no inner connection with themselves, they don't want to be raw and real with themselves as to how they're actually contributing to this pattern showing up in the world. They keep repeating the same mistake and then go into this whole victim mentality of like, poor me, why is this happening to me? And this is literally what is happening in the world, in my perspective, right? Like we're getting a chance to make better choices now. Are we gonna go back to the old patterns of hating on each other based on our racial differences, on our gender differences, or are we actually gonna do better? Did we learn our lessons based on all the mistakes that our forefathers, our ancestors made? Have we actually grown for that? Or are we gonna regress and go back? My view is that I think a lot of people are deeply aware, are deeply awakened, are deeply in touch with their true self. So my hope is that not everyone is gonna go back to their old patterns. There's so many people who want to drag us back, but you who's aware, you who knows yourself, you who know your spiritual being having a human experience, don't go back to your mediocre past. Don't repeat the past patterns of the past. Only you have the chance or you have the ability to actually save yourself by making different choices. Okay. That was my lesson for the week, and which ties so beautifully to what I want to talk about, which is this whole savior victim mentality that we have. And this idea just came up to me because I know I've shared this before that I love or I used to love anyway. I think I'm kind of like tapping out of that for some reason. But I've always loved movies my entire life. Like I love watching movies and TV shows and all of that. And the one storyline that's always shown in all these movies, the one theme is that there's always a hero in the movie. That one person who dares to stand and go against the world and against the society and do the impossible. Those are the kind of stories that we gravitate towards. And they inspire, they're very inspiring, right? I love those movies when you finding that the hero, even with all everything stacked up against them, they still won. They were resilient, they were courageous, they were all those things. It's very inspiring. It's kind of like a reminder of who we are, right? That there are those kind of people in this world. But now the other side is there's always a different side to this. It's the fact that I think it's also conditioned us to always expect not for ourselves to be our own heroes, but for someone else to wake up and take that mantle. So what people are usually doing is that they're looking for their savior elsewhere, not to themselves. They're waiting for someone to rise up and be the one who's brave and courageous enough to stand up against the ills of society and fight for their rights when they're just seated down having their own comfortable, space. Of course they're living not the best life, of course. Because if you're looking for a savior, it means probably there is something that you're struggling with, right? But this whole thing that you're waiting for someone to rescue, who do you think is going to come rescue? Which I think is the worst mentality that we've been conditioned to believe in. Always wait for that one person. And it doesn't even have to be someone for the society. It will even be in your own life. That you're probably waiting that you're struggling in certain areas of your life, and then you're just waiting for I don't know who to come and do the work for you, to come and give you that dream job. You don't want to apply for the job. I'm just giving an example here. You're waiting for that one person who's just going to hand you that thing on a silver platter and tell you, here's your dream job. And you haven't done the work for us. Okay. Or the people who want the easy way out of, I'm not going to do the work for it. Right. I'm always looking for an easy way out because I don't want to put too much effort in investing in myself. Like that's too much work. And I am busy doing Lord knows what to actually take care of me. Or the people who are in relationships and they know that they're bad relationships, but you're waiting for your knight in shining armor. And this goes on both genders, right? That one perfect partner is going to rescue from the misery you feel within yourself. It's going to make you feel worthy of your existence. So you're constantly looking for the savior outside of yourself. And this is the truth I had to realize because let me tell you something. I spent such a long time, a major part of my life, waiting for someone to come rescue me. My someone was God, or I don't know who I was waiting for, but I was waiting for someone to come rescue me because I felt like I was happy with my life back then. And when I started my healing journey, it's when it started hitting me that there was no one. I had to do the work. I had to do the forgiveness, the tap into my values, know who I was and what I wanted for myself, and actually take action to making it happen. I had to get out of my comfort zone. And I know I share this, and so many people share this, but I'm speaking to you because maybe you need a reminder. No one is coming to save you. You have to save yourself. And look at the movies and the storybooks that we read about, right? That there's that one person who dares to stand against, the ills of society and all of that. Guess what? That fight is not there just for like they're not able to win that fight on their own. Right? You're going against a massive system that is already has all the resources, all the money, all the weapons and all of that to fight against you, and you're just one person. Of course, it's impossible. No one person can stand up against an entire system. You need helpers. And who are the helpers? It's you. You who seated there waiting for someone to come and rescue, guess what? You're gonna have to join in the fight. So you can't be passive about your life and about your experience and always waiting for someone to take the action. You gotta take the action yourself. They are there, the heroes that we look upon and we admire so much. They're there to inspire you, to rally you, to motivate you to get off your ass and go take action, which is what I'm hoping I'm gonna do for you today. Motivate you to just get out of your comfort zone. Try something new. Try that thing that's been scaring you so much. No one is going to do that action for you. I don't think you're going to evade the difficulty of that experience for a very long time. Because guess what? If your higher self came here to experience a certain thing, it does not matter. It's either you're going to experience it through a lot of pain that's going to drag you there, kicking and screaming, or you're going to have to take the action and just walk there on your own volition. It's going to be less painful, less uncomfortable, but it's not going to be as painful as you waited for now your higher self and your higher guidance to wake you up in a really not so good way. Okay. So if I'm talking to you, I'm talking to inspire you that don't look to these people to save you. You gotta save yourself. And here's the thing, because most people might look at it and say that I don't have the strength to wake up and go speak against, or I don't have the courage to go speak against the government and all of that. Not everyone is designed to do that, okay? So please never look at another person and think that that is how you're supposed to, you know, um, go through life. They're there to inspire you, they're there to wake you up, but they're not there to make you be just like them. And anyone who wants you to be just like them, in my perspective, that is not someone who's in it for the most genuine reasons. Anyone who's not teaching you or empowering you so that you can stand on your own 2 feet is not someone you should be looking up to. Because the greatest masters who actually walked this planet are the ones who taught us how we could be our own masters, not the ones who just wanted to create a cult following or followers who are just looking to them now, give us all the answers, Master. No, they taught us how to find those answers for ourselves. They gave us the teachings, but what we decided to do with them was entirely on us. Okay. We had to figure that out. We had to take the hard action and stand up for what was right. They weren't going to do the work for us. We had to do that work for ourselves. So remember, whatever hero you're waiting for, yes, they might inspire you, but you're gonna have to get off your ass and do something to save yourself. Okay? There's only so much they can do. They can only lead you to the river, but they're not gonna make you drink the water. You're gonna have to drink the water for yourself, okay? The other thing I wanted to share is that when it comes to the hero savior mentality. Oh, yeah, I've remembered what I wanted to say. That anyone who's not empowering you to tap into your own power is not someone you need to look up to. Because here's the other thing that really comes up with certain people who have that kind of desire of being the one and only person you look up to. It's this hero complex that they get a high on everyone, praising them and celebrating them and looking to them towards like they're the biggest hero, like everything people want to experience, they always have to come to you and ask you, what do we do next? The people will actually get a high on that, okay? And I'm here to just tell you that I'm going to give you an analogy. Like when, if you're a parent, right? Or I'm sure you know parents, right? When they're researching on schools to take their children to, are they going to take their children to schools where the students are usually failing all the time? No, they're going to look for schools who've actually created successful students or people who've grown up to be successful in their own field. And those are going to be the most reputable schools. So what does this teach you? It's that the best teacher is not the one who keeps everyone as dumb as themselves or keeps them, at a certain. It's the one who empowers the student to rise up and be their own person and be their own hero and be their own master in whatever field they're gonna tap into. Because if they're not doing that, will you classify that as a good teacher? In my perspective, no, because they're not doing the job that they were assigned to do. And we've heard of stories of teachers who've actually been so impactful and have actually inspired some of the people that we admire so much. Remember, they all had to start from somewhere. Someone had to teach them how to read, how to write, how to do all these things. They didn't learn on their own. So that is the teacher's role, to give you the basics, but whatever you choose to do with it, that's entirely on you. The teacher will not make you a master. It's gonna give you the tools, but you're gonna have to do the work to make yourself the master that you need to be. So when you're looking towards your hero, if that person is not inspiring you to be your own hero, to be your own most empowered self, then maybe someone to just take a step back and be like, is this someone I really need to be tapping into? Someone who's keeping me in that role of victimhood? Because you are the creator of your own experience. And I cannot say this enough. And here's the thing, what I was saying before is that you're not designed to do that. Okay. So don't think that you have to be the one who stands up against and be courageous and all of that. You were not designed to do that. If it's not a calling, a deep soul calling for you, then don't do that. That's not how you were designed to create your existence. Okay. So focus on your journey, focus on your strength, because every one of us has a unique coding, a unique set of gifts that we're supposed to bring into the world, because no one else can do it the way that you can. And this is my message in all the videos. The unique contribution you have to the world is of so much value. Don't try to do it like any other person. Do it like yourself. We need you to be you so that we can learn from a very unique and authentic perspective. But if you're just like everyone else, then what are we doing with the world, right? So do it to the best of your ability, but tap into your higher self so you can also be authentic with that. Don't try to be like another person. You were not designed to be that person. So if your calling is not to be in the, rallying up the masses, maybe that's not what you're designed to do. You were designed for something else. You can play such a beautiful role just supporting the community, even cooking food, even providing a space where people can sit and relax, just whatever little thing you're inspired to do. Remember, when you're doing this, the first voice you should listen to that voice of your higher self, your soul, because your soul had a plan when it came to this experience. You already had an entire map, what is it called, path mapped up for you. Maybe you might have deviated from it with all the different life experiences and all the different choices you made, but there was an entire end goal of what you were supposed to accomplish in this lifetime. But it is unique to you. So don't try to be like someone else. Listen to your higher self, listen to that internal voice, and take action based on that, not based on what another person is telling you to do. Okay. But by all means, please know you're gonna have to save yourself. Stop waiting for someone to come to save you. There's no one who's gonna do that. You're gonna have to take that hard action. Okay. So I hope I've inspired you with this. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them to the best of my ability and also learn from you as well. Okay. How have you grown in the last 1 month? How have you grown in the last 1 week? Have you evolved? Are you actually learning something new? Are my videos, if you're watching this, actually inspiring you to start having a unique perspective to your own existence? Okay, so let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. Subscribe to my channel if you do like the kind of content I share out here, and also click on the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any time I share any kind of content here. Okay, so I did promise I was going to share what the two modalities I'm certified with are and how they can actually help you on your own growth, transformation, healing, and awakening your potential. Okay, so let me just share my screen for a bit. Then I can do a presentation of this. So the first modality I mentioned is soul alignment. So soul alignment is basically a healing modality that is based on understanding that each soul is unique. It's a healing modality that is based on working with Akashic records. So it's actually me reading your own Akashic records and helping you determine who you are, your original soul blueprint. Okay, who you were originally created to be, and who you are right now, and just seeing what choices or what action you've taken in between that have made you deviate from who you were supposed to be. So I've been mentioning this in this video and in so many of my videos that every one of us has a unique coding, a unique set of gifts, a unique set of purpose that we're supposed to tap into and leverage to create our own human experience in this physical reality we're currently in. So it's so relevant, it's actually helping you identify what that uniqueness is for you, what your unique gifts are, your divine nature, and all of that. Okay. So soul alignment is about realigning you to how you were originally created to experience yourself. Okay. Leave alone all these choices you've made in between that have taken you away from that original divine soul blueprint. So with soul alignment, okay, it's actually giving you practical, useful information that have transformational value. So we live in an age where there is so much information around us that you don't even know sometimes like what to tap into, what to listen to, and all of that. With Soul Alignment, we're actually giving you the information, or the reading is actually giving you information that you can tap into to impact your own experience right now. So it's not just information for the sake of having information, but information that you can leverage to create transformational value for your own life, in your relationship, in your health, in your finances, and all those areas of your life. Okay. So it's all about free will and choice through self-empowerment and taking personal responsibility. So remember that the life you currently have right now, your external reality, it's based on all those choices you made in the past. So by taking responsibility of knowing what those choices are, which is what soul alignment does, it helps you become aware of where you've been deviating from your original divine soul blueprint and giving you now the role or the space now to make different choices. Because now, of course, without awareness, chances are you're going to repeat the same mistakes again. But now that you're aware of what those choices are, that creates so much blocks and restriction within your blueprint, Then you have the power now by taking responsibility of making different choices, which again are gonna be a step out of your comfort zone, but that's the only way to create great results for yourself. So of course you'll also get soul level healing through the Akashic records with this particular reading. So we're gonna heal all those negative karmic influences that you've had in your blueprint all the way from whatever lifetimes ago that we'll be able to tap into up till now. So we're gonna clear it energetically, but then you get to ground that healing with the action that you're taking right now and going forward after the reading, okay? So why is the soul element important for you? Why will it work for you? So if you feel yourself stuck in repetitive negative patterns, whether in finances, relationship, and health, if you find yourself attracting the same kind of circumstances and you're not able to tap out, there's a reason for that. Chances are it's based on mistakes or choices you made in your past life that are repeating themselves right now, not to punish you, but in an attempt to help you resolve them and making different choices. So it's so relevant. It's helping you tap out of those repetitive negative patterns. First of all, we're going to clear them energetically. And then now with your awareness, you're going to start making different choices and now starting to create a new path for yourself in this lifetime. Okay. If you're struggling with self-identity and you're feeling disconnected from who you are or even what you're meant to do in this world, so element will be a good fit for you. If you're experiencing constant roadblocks and challenges that seem to have no clear cause or solution, so Relament will actually be a beautiful modality to help you get to the root cause of why your life has happened in the way it has. Okay. If you have difficulty understanding why certain relationships or situations seem to repeat, again, by getting in touch with your soul story, okay, chances are you've been incarnating with the same people over and over again, probably in different bodies, but it's the same energetic set of circumstances again and again for so many lifetimes. So if you're watching this, chances are your soul is just ready to release all of that, okay? And Soul Element will be a great fit for you. And you can read the rest on your screen. If this resonates with you and you're ready to dive in, I invite you to connect with me down and go deeper with it. You can either book a discovery call with me to see if it's a good fit for you, or if you're just ready, you can just reach out to me on Facebook or Instagram and we can just get started, okay? Now, quantum flow, okay? So quantum flow is an embodiment mechanism that offers, of course, transformational experience by rewiring your nervous system. So your nervous system is always connected to your unconscious mind. A lot of the experiences that you're creating in your life right now, a lot of the whatever realities you're creating right now in your physical existence, chances are you're doing it so unconsciously based on certain beliefs, certain patterns that are within your unconscious mind that you're not even aware are programming how you create your existence and the outside, your responses and the people you attract and all of that. And so many of us are struggling with limiting patterns, limiting beliefs that we picked up from the people around us, either our loved ones or even through our life experiences. And we started believing that life happened in a certain way. But whatever that is, the reason why we call it limiting belief patterns is because it's not actually helping you reach your highest potential. It's just keeping you stuck in old patterns, maybe giving you the illusion of that this is safe, but it's not really safe. It just keeps you playing small. So with quantum flow, it's really getting in touch with your nervous system because a lot of these stories are recorded within your nervous system. And through certain exercises that involve breathwork, sound, and movement, we can break down these patterns because what they do is that they actually form crystallization within your nervous system, which blocks the flow of energy within your body. And you'll always have imbalance in your physical, in your mental, emotional, energetic, spiritual well-being. You're not even able to get to a heightened sense of clarity or even get in touch with your higher self because of these blockages within your system. So it's so with quantum flow, sorry, it's a powerful practice that will help you release this deep-seated trauma and emotional blockages and will allow you to embrace inner peace and heightened clarity, help you tap into your flow state, help you actually connect with your higher self, help you connect with your most authentic self, help you release all those patterns. If you ever find yourself having like an overblown reaction to a very small trigger, chances are that whatever action triggered that is actually connecting to an old emotional wound, then you're not even aware you're running within you. So with quantum flow, the beauty of it is that even without your awareness, the more and more you do this practice, because it is a lifetime practice, okay? I've been doing it for the last 4 years actually. It's 4 years. And it's a lifestyle practice, but each and every time you do it, you're releasing patterns that you didn't even know you had within you. But what I can tell you is that keep up with this practice, and in a month, in just the space of a few weeks, even a couple of days, you can actually start to feel the effects of this beautiful practice. If you want to have a small taste of what this is, you can check out in this page that I have links to, or what is called, I have uploaded a couple of quantum flow meditations. So you can just listen to one of them and just do the practices within. It's a small taste of what quantum flow is, but trust me, quantum flow is so much bigger than that. So again, if you want to go deeper with me, right, I invite you to scan the QR code on the screen, or you can check the link down below in the description box and book a session with me. Okay, book a discovery call and let's see if either quantum flow or soul alignment will be a great fit for you. So thank you so much for tuning in. Again, don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any time I share out any kind of content. So thank you so much for tuning in, and bye for now. I will see you on the next video.